I'm back! It's been a really long time since my last vlog, and that's just because I've been back to work full time, so it's really difficult to film during the week, and it's hard to find time to do art during the week as well. But I'm going to pop in and show you how much work I've done, because I have almost filled both of these watercolour pads, and I've also done 4 more pages in my journal, so I will flip the camera around and show you. Okay, so these are my 2 pages after this one, which you've seen. This page here is from a CC sketch that I get through Patreon, because I'm a patron. And I love this sketch. So I did just the impression of some trees at the bottom, and then just a sky at the back. Really, really simple. There's also gold in there. I'm not sure I'll be able to capture it. There we go, a tiny little bit there. So I've got gold there, other bits of gold, and then the strip along the top here is silver. And I love that page. And I used dictionary paper at the back. This one is a Buddha. I love this page. It came out really, really, really well. I'm really happy with it. So at the back I've got tissue paper. I've then got some, I think it's Tim Holtz paper tape. And then I used my new Silks paints to do the back, and then to add a little bit extra colour on the Buddha. And I also used my watercolour pencil, the black one, out of my Faber-Castell pack. And then these circles are just the Silks again. I just dipped my finger in and made the circles. I'm really, really happy with how this page came out. And then the last 2. I did this page yesterday. So just used my magicals and held the book up and then it dripped down. I didn't make the page too wet, because if you make it too wet, all of the colour just goes right down to the bottom of the page. Whereas if it's just a little bit damp, it will slowly cool down. Just some little trees. And then a quote. And this page here I did on the 10th of September, and I did it in a Craft It Together session with Heather over at the Craft Shack. And so that was so much fun to be able to art along with other people. So it's just some text paper, some gesso, and then magicals again. And the pens that I used are the Micron Pigma pens. And I really, really like these. I like them more than the Pitt Artist pen, actually. So that's those. And then let's start with this one. So you've seen this page, and this was the only page I had done in this book, but I filled up this pad. So this was one piece. I did just like a quick sketch and then added the colour over the top, and then the writing is just a quote from a song. I really like this piece actually. I like the colours. The colours are out of this set by Prima, and I love these sets by Prima. I've only got the Tropicals and the Decadent Pie set. I might one day get the others. I then did this piece. So for the background I just sprayed it with water and then dropped the colour onto the page. And obviously I saw flowers. So just really simple doodles. And then a quote. only grow thoughts in your brain that you wouldn't mind putting in a vase. I really like that quote. This was another one. I wasn't so happy with this one, to be honest. But looking at it now, it's okay. And it was my first time using the Pentel brush pen, so I just used it really simply with doing like just basic lines for a flower. And this, I love this page. So this was spent a long time being just a background of colour, and then suddenly I saw these weird flowers coming out, so I just went with it and did all the whole strip. Just did one simple line on the bottom to ground it, and I really love this page. And this is my, I don't know what to call it. It's a weird cityscape, but I really like it. So this, I used Magicals and the Pigma pen, and then I used the Gansai Tambi set, and I used the silver. And I love that set because it goes over really dark colours really well. And then I did this piece, which is a sunset. So I used a reference photo of a picture that I took when I was in Montreal. So I used that, and I'm really happy with the result actually. I started it a few days before I actually finished it, and I wasn't liking where it was going, so I stopped in frustration, and then I carried on a few days later, and it came out really well. Okay, it's this. I love this piece. This is my elephant. So I used a photo that I took when I was at the zoo as reference, and then this is all done with watercolor using the Decadent Pie set by Prima. So I just mixed the colours myself, and I really like this piece. And this is my giraffe. And the same thing, so I used a reference material was a photograph I took at the zoo. I think she kind of looks a bit sad. The photo doesn't look like that. And again, I just used the Prima set, Decadent Pie set for all of it. And the last piece is this one. I had actually originally cut it out because I didn't like it, but then one morning before work I just grabbed it and doodled over the top, and they've turned into flowers. So I quite like this piece. So that's that pad, and I finished that one, and I'm almost finished in here, almost. Okay, so the first piece is this owl, and I didn't like him at first, and I got a lot of grief for not liking it, but I've doodled over him and I really like him now. And the white pen that I used for this is the Signo, I think it's called. It's a really good pen. I mean, not a lot of white will go over Magicals and stay white, but this pen does. I've not done this one yet. This is another page where I used Magicals. I wanted something quite quick, so I masked out a quote and then put the magicals over the top, rubbed away the masking fluid, and then added a bit of pink in certain areas to create just some flowers, because I felt it needed something, because if it didn't have that it would be a bit boring. So yeah, this piece is another piece I did with the Craft It Together with Heather. So at this point I was just adding a load of colour to a page that was up like this, and it was dripping down. I had no clue what to do. I had to go away in the middle of it, and then I came back, and then I turned it the other way and saw these weird buildings with chimneys. I may go in and add a few more details, I'm not sure. And I then did this. I think I also did this on the Craft It Together, but right at the very end. So I was just chucking a load of colour on the page, and then I made these little flowers. And this, I really like this page. So it took a couple days to do this, but I'm glad that I stuck with it. So in the centre of the flowers, let's see if I can get, I've used gold, and again it's the Ganzai Tambi set, and I also added gold in some of the edges here as well. And I love this page. And these, again, I just used my Pigma Tropical set of watercolor and micron pens. I think this is the brush tip micron pen, and I love that tip. And this one is probably one of my favourite pages. They're just some funky trees. And I think that could, oh no, that's not it. I've got a couple blank pages, and then this piece is a piece I did with a sketch by Heather that I got, because I support her on her Patreon site. I will link Heather and CC's Patreon page in the description below, so you can check that out. I would definitely recommend checking it out. So look at how nice the sketch is. So I just filled it in. Just a really simple watercolour, and I love it. So that is all the art that I've done since the last time that I checked in with you guys. I will be doing another short video on showing you some artwork that I did back when I was in high school and college, because I got all of it down from the attic the other day. So that's over here. Here, all of my books and a portfolio. So I'll be showing you some of it, not all of it, because it's not all that great, to be honest. And there's a lot of it. So I will go through and pick my favourites and let you see it. So yeah, that's it. I think the next piece that I want to do is a portrait piece. So this is the next piece that I want to do. You may not even be able to see it. Maybe you can see it a little bit. So it's just an outline at the moment, and it's of a photograph of my great nan and my nan's sister. So I think that's going to be the next one that I'm going to record. So the next piece will just be a portrait drawing done with graphite pencils. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will see you soon. Bye!